Jay-Z.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Questions for Jay-Z. Put your hands up where we can see them.
All right.
First question, lower left, please. Jay-Z, right on your left.
Jay-Z?
Oh, what
hey,
up?
I'm one of your biggest fans, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what do you plan on doing, like, after music? Any movies after?
Yeah, I might, you know, might be my next venture. You know, I was so into the music that I wasn't doing anything else with the music, but look for clothing and film and.
So basketball and Nets, what do you plan on doing now?
Trying to win a championship. We was close last year, so I got to just take it over the edge.
All right, thank you.
Jay-Z on the right side here in the white, please.
Hi Jay-Z, this is Shiraz from Tinseltown TV.
What's happening?
We reach Bollywood, which is the Indian version of Hollywood.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You're so big in the Indian market. Will you be doing any more collaborations with Indian artists?
Like I always say to people that I believe in two types of music, good music and bad music. As long as it's good and it's interesting, I'm going to do it. Because I heard the Punjabi song. I was just in the club. I was just hanging out. And I tracked him down the next day. I was in London for 2 days. I tracked him down, told him I love this song. I would love to do something with it. And we made it happen. So it was no polying. It was just, you know, I liked the song in the club.
Right here in front, Jay-Z to the right.
Jay-Z, there's a hospital in LA called Martin Luther King Hospital. They've been trying to shut it down for a long time. Do you think that you could help them to keep it open?
Well, I mean, I could look into it. Y'all got a lot of artists out here, though. You know, you got Snoop, Dre, and...
Jay-Z, right here to the left, please, in the black.
Daphne with Queen James Entertainment. In light of the comments that
Where am I?
right
I'm
here.
sorry.
In light of the comments that Bill Cosby made, most people agree. They just disagree with his delivery. What kind of words of inspiration can you give someone in the lower economic neighborhoods or families? Because you know you coming from the projects and attaining what you've attained at this point.
Right. My thing would be never blame anyone for your situation. You know, everything happens for a reason, and to keep pushing forward and never take no. And y'all can't knock Bill Cosby for his point of view. I mean, that's just the way he feels to express himself. I mean, this is America, right? He say what he want to say.
Yeah, maybe on the right side here.
Hi,
No,
Jay-Z.
I see you with the rocker, baby girl.
Hi, Jay-Z. It's Tyra Briscoe with Hollywood Hamilton's Weekend Top 30 Countdown.
You do radio?
Yes.
Yeah, you got the voice. Hello, baby.
Sign me, baby. Sign me. Anyway, I just like to know what's your next project between now and the end of the year that's like a big major project.
Right now, I'm working with the Nets. We got to sign Kenyon Martin. So that's the next thing. I'm going to go sit down and try to put that together.
Okay. Right here, please. Right here, sir. You, right here. Take the microphone, sir. Right here. The lady next to you.
Thank you, sir.
Stay focused.
Yeah, there's a lot of old school folks up in here, man. A lot of legends who paved the way for yourself and a lot of others. What can you say about the people who paved the way?
I mean, that's our job, and my job, hopefully, to be to pave the way for the next generation. You know, every generation's job is to make it easier for the next generation. So if we're successful in 10 years, they should be successful in 5, and so on and so on and so forth.
We've got 2 more questions. You, please, young lady here.
Hey.
Fantasia and Ruben just spoke about voting. Why do you think it's important for young people to flex their political muscle?
Well, I grew up believing that, you know, and this is the problem that politicians have to do. They have to reach our community. They have to reach the hood, because we grow up and we see Reagan, we see Clinton, we see Jimmy Carter, we see whoever's in office. It don't affect where we live. So, you know, politicians have to make it their job to, you know, make it affect where we are. You know what I'm saying? And we feel our voice is important. I know now it's important because, you know, I grew up, but I know there's a lot of young people who was at the same stage I was at. It's like, man, I'm not voting for what? You know, so they have to make it feel like whatever happens or whoever's in office is going to affect change where we live also, not just in,
Last question.
Hollywood.
Speaking of youth, the last question, young man right here on the left, Jay-Z.
Hope, you're truly a living legend. You're like one of the greats. I just wanted to say you built a dynasty, and that takes a good listening ear. With the Young Guns and everything, with Rockefeller, the great things you guys are doing. Talk about what it takes. Talk about what it takes to find acts like that, you know, out there.
It's just you have to be open. You know, you have to be open. Like, you know, the Young Guns, they from Philly, we from New York. You know, you have to be open to just talent. You know, you can't just say I'm from the West Coast, so I'm not. I don't like East Coast rap, and I don't please that. That's you know, you're limiting yourself. You have to be open, and it's just two types of music. It's good music and bad music. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay-Z.
Thank you very much.
All right, questions for Yolanda Adams, young lady in black right here in the center, please stand.
Yolanda, hi. Hi. Who put together the whole Kanye West collaboration? And also give us your comments on winning again and again and again.
Ron Weisner, all the guys at BET, you know, they knew that Kanye would open, but they said they wanted to add another piece of flavor to it since it was, you know, about Jesus, and they wanted a gospel artist, and of course, you know, they called, and I was like, yes, don't do it, yes, yes, yes. Because the song is so strong, you know, it talks about the injustices that we face, and that really Jesus is the only way to help us deal with that. And coming from a hip-hop, you know, rapper, as opposed to a gospel rapper, that made it even more phenomenal. Yeah. And of course, winning again this was a total surprise. I know I said that last year, but this was a total surprise because I just knew Smokey was going to win. He had done so much, you know, and traveled all over the world singing, and that song was really relative to what we needed. And I was just surprised, and I'm so grateful to the fans and everybody that voted, because, you know, people can love you one day and not love you the next, but it's always constant, and I'm just so blessed.
Yolanda here on the right, lady in the blue dress, please.
Hey, hi Yolanda, huge fan. Crystal Caldwell, blacktalent.com.
Yes.
My question is, what does it mean and what does it feel like to perform with the hip hop artists and at the BET Awards, which is largely a secular circuit?
Well, you know, I've never had a problem performing on secular circuits. Everyone knows what I do. They respect me as a gospel artist, and they respect my artistry as well. And to perform with Kanye, for me, was like really cool. It took my coolness to another level, as my niece said. She said, "Oh, you got street cred now." So I'm looking for another million seller after this particular show, you know, because there's, you know, actually there's another class of kids who listen to him that now know who I am because of him, and I'm so grateful.
You, sir, standing here in front.
How you doing? John Murray, syndicated journalist. With the whole reorganization of the Electric Music Group, how do you fit into that equation, and when can we expect new music from you?
The cool thing is I'm still employed. I'm still employed, and I thank God for that. You know, things change in life. Things change, and I'm the kind of person, you know, whenever God makes a move, there's a reason. And so I just flowed with it. If I wasn't supposed to be there, they would have dropped me, but they love me, and they have proven that they really love me, and they want the albums to come out. We have at least 3 or 4 more with them, and we also are trying to make sure we get this album out in time for the Hopeville tour, which is happening again. Myself, Donnie, and Kirk, we're going out again in October and November, and we're going to try to start it back up in January.
All right, Yolanda, the lady standing on the left side.
Hi, my name is Helen Price, and I'm with 77 Magazine.
Yes.
I just love you so much. And the question I was going to ask you, he asked, but I still had a part 2, so I want to ask this question.
No problem.
And this comes from my family and my children and my girls. They said, what do you do to keep your figure so nice? And do you have to watch what you eat? Do you have to diet? Or can you just eat anything because of your height and it doesn't make you gain weight?
Well, the only reason I can eat anything is because I'm in the gym 5 days a week. That's the only reason. And you know, it's a part of genetics. But you know, now that I'm 40 plus, I try very hard to do the weightlifting during the week, and you know, my trainer has me doing all kinds of stuff. That's why I can get these tight fit jeans, and you know, it's just cool. It's really cool the way you mature and you look at your life and you say, okay, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. My goal is to do a marathon in 2:05. And you know, if I can, do a mini triathlon. So that's why I'm really trying to, you know, get myself together.
Last question, young man standing in the back.
Yes, thanks for all your wonderful messages. What else do you have to say about how you feel about the American way?
Yeah, you're gonna have to say that again. I couldn't hear that.
All right. Thanks for all your wonderful messages. Do you have any other feelings about the American way in general?
The American way?
Yes.
It's according to which American way you're talking about?
Politics and how people treat the country and how people are interacting.
How people treat the country? I think that people respect it when they're respected. You have to treat people of all races the same. You know, you cannot say this is a land of equality, but then you have 200,000 kids in the urban communities that can't find jobs in the summer. And then the kids, you know, in the upper echelon of, you know, livingdom, they can get jobs at their uncle's doctor's office, or they can get jobs there. We have to make sure that economically we bring it across the board. You know, not that I want all, you know, all kids to, make $1 million in the summer. No, it's not that. We got to teach them responsibility, but we can't teach them responsibility if they can't get a job.
Ilana, thank you very much.
God bless y'all.
Question with Ron Idol and about the other guy. Please welcome Mr. Ruben Studdard.
Okay. On X. Hello, everybody.
Questions for Ruben Studdard? Please put your hands up where I can see you. Where are my microphones? Right here. Young man standing in the front.
Yeah, Ruben, what's up? Cassius Clay, your neck of the woods. I just wanted to ask you, how does it feel, being that you just came off of American Idol recently, to be up with so many stars doing what you're doing, man?
Man, it's cool, because 2 years ago, I was at home watching everybody on television, so, you know what I'm saying, to be here and, you know, even be nominated for an award this year is just a blessing. You know?
Ruben, right here to your right down front.
Ruben Ed Jones, Gearing Productions. Do you have any movie projects coming up? And if you do, could you tell us all about it?
No, I don't got no projects right now. I'm working on a gospel album that's coming out in November, and my second R&B album will be out in February. That's about it right now.
Young lady standing here.
Hi, Ruben. I'm
Yes,
Tyra
ma'am.
Briscoe from the Hollywood Hamilton's Weekend Top 30 Countdown.
Hey, Miss Briscoe, how you doing?
I'm blessed. My 15-year-old daughter is in love with you, and I'm supposed to be asking you, do you have a love life? Are you in love with somebody? Or can you wait till she makes 18?
I'm in love with Jesus. That's it.
Right here on the right, standing, please.
Hey, Ruben, this is Ernest Johnson from Jesus is the Answer Television. I just want to ask, what is your ultimate goal? Is it to remain secular, or is it to eventually end up being one of the biggest people in gospel?
I don't know. You know, I grew up in the church and grew up listening to gospel music, so the reason why I'm doing this album is to, you know what I'm saying, to pay tribute to people that I listen to, like Commission and the Winans and everybody, so, you know what I'm saying, that's the reason why I'm doing this album. But as far as being the biggest gospel artist in the world, I don't know about that. I'm just going to be Ruben and see what happens.
Ruben on your left, the lady in the black, please, on your left side.
Yes, hi Ruben, Eunice, the Baltimore Times. If you didn't win, if you weren't on American Idol, what would you be doing today?
I'd probably still be at home sending folks demos and getting turned down and singing with my band, Just a Few Cats, and working. That's probably about it.
All right, still on the same side, young lady standing, Ruben, right
Hi, Ruben.
Hey, how are you?
Campaigns, Hot List LA. I'm good. How much has your life changed since being the American Idol and your album coming out and all that?
I still do the same stuff, I'm just not broke no more.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Young lady right behind her.
Hi, Ruben.
Yes.
You commented about voting. Can you talk about the importance of young people getting out to vote?
Yeah, you know, I think it's really important to vote because people like my grandma and a lot of people I know in Alabama where I come from, they really fought really hard to get us the right to vote. So not only that, you have to make sure that you have a voice in your country, and you can't really complain about the things that's going on unless you vote. So yeah, tell everybody they need to get out and do their thing in November.
Last question right here up front, please. To the right.
We're with John Murray. Now that Fantasia has won American Idol and
Right.
you have a colleague that sings similar style music as you, can we expect a tour from the two of you all coming in the fall?
I would love to go on tour with Fantasia. Fantasia's like my little sister, and I love her a lot. She's one of the most phenomenal vocalists I've ever heard. I really think that she sounds a lot like Aretha Franklin in her heyday. So, I'm looking forward to, we're working on some duets for the both of us together and a lot of things, and she's going to do a lot of big things this year, so I'm proud of her.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ruben Studdard.
Thank you, guys.